Nigeria Civil Defense Corps.
Sorry, there's this impression. I will need to correct it right away from here.
Okay.
This is the second time you are making the mistake.
Okay. So I'm
it's
sorry
not
about
Nigeria
it.
Civil Defense Corps, but the impression is because the more you continue to make this kind of mistake, people are not calling it right.
Okay.
You know, I've corrected you once. It's pronounced like this: Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps.
Okay.
We want the general public to know how, because the mistakes start from the pronunciation.
Okay.
So if you don't correct it right away from here, the people outside there, the impression they will have about you will be very, very wrong. I have to correct you. Is Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps.
Before we come to your question proper,
okay, thank you, sir.
don't blame me too much, because
no, my moderator,
you are not even telling the people who you are.
No,
I don't know much about you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Attention to the public.
Okay.
Before we go far on that,
okay, then
we have a program on ground now, so we want the general public to know what civil defense is all about.
Okay.
Now, if you remember, we've been coming on board on different occasions.
Yes, I know that.
So apart from that, there are a lot of enlightenment programs we have on ground that we want people to know about.
Okay.
So that people should know the kind of job we are doing and what we are up to.
Okay, and I would like to advise that you make your name shorter, like the Nigeria Police, for example. Nigeria Army.
No, it's even shorter already. If you don't want it to, if you don't want to call it full, like people call Nigerian Police, you can say NSCDC. That's the short. That's the short abbreviation for the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense. You know, some people take them time before they pronounce the longer pronunciation. Just
NSCDC. Program for tonight.
Okay, sir.
Will I be allowed to say the Civil Defense Corps? Just
for now.
For now, you are right. Okay,
then. Yes. When there are lapses here and there in our security generally, who should we blame? The people or the government?
Thank you very much. I want to say this to my own opinion. We can blame the people.
Okay.
Why I said the people should be blamed is that on time without number, we continue to tell people that security is not one-man business. It's not one-person business. My PRO have just said something just now. What he was saying is that security is a joint effort of all security agencies. You can't say it's the Nigerian police alone that will handle the security aspect of this country. Okay. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense is there. You have some other agencies that collaborated each other in respect to provide the security of life and property. Coming to the issue of who is to be blamed, why I said the security agencies are not to be blamed, but the general public are to be blamed, in the sense that we want people to give the right information to the security agency. And if the right information are given to the security agency will know how to go about this. So thank you very much for that.
Okay. I want to chip in something on that.
Okay, sir.
People get the kind of security they deserve.
Yes.
The pivot around which everything rotates in a political system is the political leadership. If the political leadership is not right, the economy will be in shambles, the social life will be ruined, even religious life will be bastardized. And what we see now is a replication of the kind of politics that we play in Nigeria, where people don't recognize the mandate, the need to give mandate to people to go and represent them and to recall them. So as soon as we begin to imbibe that culture, our security will not be right. And where there is no security, without security, you cannot have a good lease of life.
Okay. Thank you. I'll still come back to you, Mr. Balogun.
Okay, sir.
Where do you come in precisely? The Civil Defense Corps. Where do you come in precisely? We know about the Nigerian Police. We know about the SSS. We know about the Nigerian Army. But where does your organization come in specifically? What do you do? Let the people know.
Thank you very much. As you've rightly mentioned, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, we have our core mandate. What I mean by core mandate, we have areas where we come in. I want to mention some of these areas. You know, some other security agencies are saying as if maybe it's a complementing of an effort, right? But we have our own particular job that we do. Fine. I would like to tell you some of these core mandates or where we come in. Fine. In the issue, because we are grassroots security. What I mean by grassroots security is that we are very close to the people. That's why we are called civil. we are very close to the people, the civilian populace. That's why we are called civil. So when it comes to the issue of intelligence and information gathering, we are very good in that aspect. When we talk about the issue of anti-vandalization, disaster management, these are areas where we are very, 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 and if you look at Ondo State in particular, when it comes to the issue of these anti-vandalizations, in respect of this pipeline of a thing, if you go to the riverine area, we did a lot of job there. We made some arrests where we bring them down. Those people that are involved in these vandals and these illegal oil bunkering of a thing.
Okay, I'm sorry to cut you short. Do you have the power of arrest?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
There are a lot of people that did not believe that civil defense, when they arrest, they hand over to police. That was then. There is an act, the 2003 Act and the 2007 Amendment Act. There is a provision in the Act that made provision for. Then what we normally do is that was the 2003 Act. When we arrest them, we investigate, we prosecute, we hand over. But this time around, what we do is that we arrest, investigate, and prosecute, and we don't even hand over again. So we have the right to arrest, investigate, and prosecute offenders.
Okay. I'll still come back to you later.
Thank you.
Now let's go to the PPRO.
Yes.
Sir, in Ondo State, for about a year or so, we had it so peaceful. Then presto, so something suddenly changed. Things changed for the worst, right? What do you think is responsible for this?
Well, thank you very much. Like you have rightly said, for quite a few years now, we've been experiencing low crime rate in Ondo State. And that does not just come on its own, it's because of our efforts. But crime as it is, we can't just predict. No, the criminals, it is the intelligent ones that ventures into crime.
Yeah.
You can't just see him run. You can't see him run venturing into crime. It will be easily apprehended. And as they are working, we are on our toes too. This new phenomenon that occurred last week, where two gentlemen lost their lives to these hoodlums, it came as a rude shock to the authority. And I want to say, because people said they were assailants. They were not assailants, they were robbers. But because of the quick intervention of our men at the scene, made them to take to their heels, that did not allow them to go away with the money. Because in the first incident that occurred at Sijapo, the man, the cocoa merchant, had about 1.4 million naira in his under his seat. But because the scene was so close to the Jakwa police station, where men quickly raced to the scene to come to the rescue. But before they get there, they are already left, and we recovered 1.4 million naira under the seat, the car seat of the, and the second one too. Our men engaged them at Alagbaka area, though they abandoned their destiny and left hurriedly too. So we are not relenting on our heels in the as a police. We have done a lot now. You can see our men all around. We have fortified the nooks and crannies of the state, particularly at banks. And as part of it, we had intelligence report that the hoodlums have been hanging at the banks before committing the crime. And it is from these two banks where they have trailed their suspect to the scene where the incident occurred. That is why when people are crying over it that we are pursuing Okada riders, not that we are pursuing Okada riders, we had good evidence and intelligence that these hoodlums are among these Okadas, because we have antecedents of their activities. We have had cases whereby these